What is up, ladies and gentlemen? As you see from the title, these two weapons carried me through Warframe. These two weapons are Acceltra Prime and the Diplomats. The Diplomats, they just have so much ammo and insane firing rate. It just makes them as an amazing general secondary. It's a little annoying to unlock them, but they're such a solid pistol, like dual pistols. It's not even funny, and their unique trait isn't even that half bad. I could not recommend these guns. You will not really run out of ammo. That is another thing. They always just have a shit ton of ammo, so they're just extremely solid dual pistols. And if you build them right, can carry you like a motherfucker. Acceltra Prime? Let me say this. It is in a fucking AC-130 in your hand. If you build this thing right, it's AoE, it will just clean house. I will admit, it does have one debuff. You will run out of ammo quite quickly. So you do need to, I do recommend when you use it, you use ammo max, increase magazine size and increase ammo capacity. It will carry you, trust me, it will. And you get the benefit of seeing the enemies absolutely go flying. This thing will carry you, the Acceltra Prime will carry you through most bosses early game. I can't like, this thing will just absolutely carry you through most beginning bosses. It does have, I will admit, it has a little bit of difficulty late game. But still, it will carry you. Bigger bosses, it has its issues, but it's still such a solid weapon that I have to recommend it as a weapon for if you get lucky enough to get its parts. Like, it will save you so much pain and nuisancy when you just have to keep running around dealing with hordes of enemies. You don't want to have to aim. That's another thing. You don't really have to aim. You just have to aim in the general direction of a squad of enemies, and you'll just watch them go bye-bye. Hell, like Xmas enemies, I think the only one currently I found that can even survive quite a bit of barrage is Jade Xmas. Like, I cannot recommend this enough as a weapon to get a solid weapon have. This thing will just, like, look at that shit. Just fucking gone. Like, that shit is fucking ridiculous how powerful it is. Like, I'm gonna say this right now. When I think about the Acceltra Prime, my fucking mind goes, I'm hard. Like, I'm sorry for that sounded weird, but I'm like, it is just such a solid damn weapon. Like, look at this. Just absolutely rips these entire squadrons of enemies, and just the amazing benefit of watching enemies go fucking flying to the next moon over. Just look at that shit.
Prepare for life support.
It's fucking, it's just, and it's like that in effect. It's even more overpowered when you build it right, and it just accelerates its overpoweredness. I recently just got a mod that gives it more blast radius, even though it already had enough blast radius. I just say, you know what, I'm gonna make it more boom. So as you can literally tell, it's an AC-130 in your hands. Like, that shit, it's ridiculous how powerful it is as a fucking weapon. I do not regret making this weapon. This weapon carries me through so many missions. But And let me clarify this. You do not need it. Let me clarify this. You do not need it constantly to have this weapon. Because I like people exploring weapons that they find they like. But if you are having issues with missions and you need something that can clear out, you just want something that can clear out a group of enemies fast, the Accelerator, it's, I can highly recommend it. Now, like, the one that, like I will always say, the one debuff about it is, it's ammo capacity. You are gonna, no matter how much ammo people will drop, you're gonna run out of ammo eventually. So, you have to be kind of careful with bosses. If you're like in a boss arena and they don't have a lot of enemies that will drop you ammo replenishment, you may get kind of screwed. So I do recommend having a secondary that has a lot of ammo or something, or a melee weapon that can carry you. Like for me, my secondary most of the time when I'm playing with that weapon is the diplomats. Like look at this. Easy. Another thing I gotta recommend with this is hit status effects on it. I cannot not recommend status effects for this weapon because of how much blast it does. You're just absolutely spewing out status effects against enemies. Like it's just that's how powerful it is. Just fucking just immediately dousing entire groups of guys with just 6 million status effects. Luckily for you, and if you're a new player, you're gonna get something that increases your ammo. So you can kind of fix the issue on the fact that you're you have no ammo. And it works well with most Warframes. It is a weapon that can go pretty solid with a lot of Warframes. I cannot recommend it enough as a weapon to have. So if you see it in the artifacts rotations, I cannot recommend you guys not enough to get it. Like, it's such a solid Warframe. Not Warframe, part of my language. It's such a solid gun. Like, I barely had to build it for it to just start absolutely laying people out. Like, look at that. I didn't have to do shit. Like, it's ridiculous how powerful it is. Look at that. Boom. Shield at Eximus, just gone. And the crazy part is, I'm not even doing red damage. I'm only doing up to yellow, and it's just because how many shots I'm unloading with multi-shot. It doesn't really matter how much damage I'm doing. It's because I'm shooting so many rounds per second. The enemies don't know what the hell's happening. Like, look at this shit. Just gone. Like, holy fuck. It was a pain, I will seriously admit, it was a pain in the ass to unlock it through mastering. But once I got it, oh, I did not regret the farm for that. Because that shit was solid. It was a solid ass Warframe. Because it deals with, it can just clear entire rooms out. Hell, I'm pretty sure there's I don't remember on the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple Warframes that actually work better with it. Because they get increased, the Accelerated Prime will get increased status effects from using it with those Warframes. That's what I'm saying. It's just a solid gun that works with a lot of Warframes. Doesn't need any special mods to do anything. The only mod it really needs is ammo, and you get that. You can get an ammo mod for rifles pretty quickly into the game. Like, it's not that hard. And it doesn't need that much increased ammo. It just needs that little sliver and increased ammo. More ammo the better for it, but You just need a little bit increased ammo and boom, you got yourself a solid gun that will just absolutely lay waste to just hordes of enemies. I haven't found any type of enemies yet that have this thing does not work against. The only thing that this thing has issues with is bosses. This thing is that's the only thing I've ever had issues with this weapon was boss fights. Like that was it. The rest of the time it just absolutely like slaughtered entire missions and it was ridiculous. I'm like, what the hell is this weapon? Hell, recently you just had an epiphany by a bunch of Warframe players going, why the hell is this weapon so powerful? And I'm telling them like, hey, yeah, it's kind of overpowered. I think that's about it, but let's also move on to the diplomats. Other words, the guns that shoot 5 million rounds per second into your goddamn skull. And you'll never run out of ammo for quite a while for them. You unlock these weapons by going after Sisters of Parvos. It is not a guarantee to get the weapon from your first Sister of Parvos, but you can get a choice when you go after a Sister Parvos, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you do go after a Sister Parvos and you see this as his weapon, please get him. Like, I don't care if you have another secondary you like, but these things are just such a solid secondary to use. I don't think I've seen any debuffs I don't like about them. I'm gonna be straight honest. I don't think there's any cons that I could say about these weapons. Hell, recently I just finally got multi-shot for pistol because I, for some reason, could not get that to save my own life. So I'm about to make these pistols even more overpowered. I will admit, the thing you want to push in for them is firing rate. I will always admit, firing rate and reload speed is the golden child for these weapons. Because as you saw in the unique trait, the more bullets you fire out, does it better. So you want to keep putting out those bullets. You don't want to slow down. You want to keep being able to reload, put down more rounds per second. Just boom, 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 bullet, bullet, bullet. Just unloading out of your barrel. And like I said, you will not run out of ammo really quickly. It takes a while for you to run out of ammo for these puppies. I will be shocked if you run out of ammo. I have an issue with ammo with these things. I'm like, you must be running out of ammo concerningly quick to be able to run out of ammo for these things. By the time you've killed so many things, there's a bunch of secondary ammo laying all over the ground for you to pick up. There is a Warframe that I recommend for them. Ureli? Yeah, Ureli. Her 3 allows her to go on a surfboard like thing, and you have to be forced to use secondaries. And she's going fast around, she's not slowing down, so you don't really have time to aim. It's a solid couple pistols to be using for Ureli, considering the fact that you don't have the real luxurious time to be aiming around. So you just want to be able to unload a couple rounds, keep moving. And it's just, it's a solid secondary. I cannot recommend it enough. And it was cheap as shit to make. Actually, no, what am I saying? I was thinking of the Acceltra Prime. You don't even need to make it. That's another thing I need to clarify. You get this weapon for free. Once you get the sister down, it just straight up gives you the secondaries as a reward. So you don't gotta wait like three days to make the weapon. Nope. Here you go. Boom. Here's a pretty solid dual pistols. Like, what? I just get these straight up. I remember being like, what the fuck? I get these. I don't even have to build these things? Hell yes. Like, as much as you see them having issues with Xmas enemies, They're still gonna kill an Eximus enemy because the amount of sheer bullets coming out of the barrel is just gonna overload an Eximus shields. For status effects, you could use them if you really want to. It's not a god tier thing. If you, yeah, it could work for them because of how many bullets you're putting out, and if you have a decent status effect chance, you'll be able to put out a pretty good amount of status effects. But I recommend morally focusing on just basic bullet damage, just unload, really hanging on that unique trait that they have. Cause look at this shit, just fucking. That shit's just insane. It just fucking just rips through. Their little ultimate fire isn't like the craziest of things. It auto lock. It turns into like a single shot fire and then like triangles onto them. I don't recommend using it. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. With this weapon, you really just want to focus on just unloading rounds. Like, look, boom. And it doesn't really matter with the status effects because I'm putting so many rounds in that most of the time I'm guaranteed to cause a status effect to an enemy because of how many chances I'm getting. Because they're getting hit by an entire fucking 100 magazine rounds. They're like, oh, I'm getting hit by every status effect in the name of history. This doesn't feel good. It don't feel too good, does it?
Additional life support has arrived.
Oh, and it was like really easily quick of me getting them as a secondary. Because I was just going along my main quest line and went, hey, ooh, Sisters of Pravos, how do I beat this? And one of my subscribers helped me out and he said, yeah, that's how you kill him. And I got that as a weapon. And I do not regret getting these as a weapon because it's carried me as a secondary for the longest time. I'm just now finding other secondaries that I really like, but most of the time, I'll just use straight up diplomats. It's all I use. Just fucking... it's just all I use. I'll never stop using them. But I think that's about it, guys. Like, just... Like I said, please, if you are on your path of playing Warframe, seek these weapons out. You will not regret seeking these weapons out. Trust me. These weapons will... You'll find your loving for them. Trust me on that. You'll find the god peaks like the Accelerate that fucking just sends people flying into the next universe, and the diplomats that shoot more ammunition than the American army has. But for now, guys, I will see you guys later. Agent signing out.